Hello. 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 Wow. Welcome to my Twitch and YouTube future friends. Oh, the cat's gone already. I'm going to say a couple messages in chat. I'm going to say hello, YouTube friendos. Say hi if you like. Learn more. Does that thing ever go away? Oh, anyway. Here, let's do this here. All right. Okay, we're live. What's happening today? Well, it's Thursday. Yeah, gosh, it's a lot less. Yesterday was so busy at work, but I was still able to stream. That's nice. Today is Thursday, so it's a more relaxed day, I think. But I am monitoring my work email here. On my middle computer here. Yes, I am. Okay. Nothing has come in except that the fire alarm system was going to be tested at the office today. So, I'm not at the office today. It does not affect me. Speaking again to you from the Ken's Lounge here, we're going to have our regular, to anybody new, we're going to have our regular show today. A regular show consists of 50% Microsoft Flight Simulator missions and 50% musical interlude. Now, I believe yesterday we were playing the keyboard, so today is guitar day. So if you like my guitar strummings, and some people do, I consider myself a keyboard player and a person who just happens to play guitar. I don't know. Oof. Although technically I played them about the same amount of time. I just think, I don't know, something, but anyway, I don't want to talk about it. But no, I can't really, don't really play guitar that much. No, I do. I play a lot, not that well. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump into part one of today's stream. Oh, gosh, Mistress Moore looks especially amazing today. If you haven't followed her, you don't know who she is, you should check her stream out right now. I picked her hair out too. Microsoft Flight Simulator. We're going to go do that. And we're going to do what we do, which is not much of a plan ever. If I plan something in advance, then it's not going to go well, I feel, anyway. You know what I mean? It won't stick to plan. But I do. Can you search for water? No. Can you? Is there some? See, this shows like helicopter. Interesting, though. I'm trying to find out if there's some way of figuring out where the possible water spots to take off. Because there are a bunch. But, for example, but they're not like here. So they've got that special thing. So I wonder if I do a search. Okay, I'm just trying to think here. Learn something. If I search for seaplane, does it give me all the different? Yeah. Okay. So I need to search for seaplane. Okay, I'm learning. Wait a minute. And that's all of them probably. There's probably not that many, but this gives me a. Okay, I just learned something I needed to learn. Other than that, there's nothing particular. Wait, what's going on here? Someone loses your. There's a bug there. Seaplane. Okay, so you can only do this to here. Okay, there's quite a few here. And then you can go up. If you go any further, it'll be. Nope. It's timed. Do you have to hit enter? I don't know. I don't use this search. No. It doesn't really give you much about where it is, unfortunately, is the other thing. All right. Okay, for example. All right. But there it says water in the runway. Okay, so I'm learning something about seaplanes because eventually I want to do it, but I was thinking today we won't do a seaplane mission. Like for example, these I have quite a few. This Sea Ray Elite is a can take off from water, but the biggest one is this gigantic one, and plus all these float planes can. The biggest one, and I think the most impressive one to fly that we really need to do more of, is this Laticour flying boat from the 30s, which is only can take off from water, and even then needs a long water runway. I'm not exactly sure how you're supposed to figure that out. So I want to worry. That's why I haven't flown it too much. We haven't taken out the experimental Dark Star. It's really not that fun. You need it, that content. The Embraer is a kind of an interesting plane to fly. But you know what I was just thinking? We're gonna do some canyon carving, like I said, like it's kind of the standard. The standard thing I either do is take out the Osprey or we do canyon carving, and the best plane for that is the one that we went out with Mistress Maud. It's the where is it? That weird one with the dragonfly. Well, we're not gonna be taking it off from there, just so relax. Yellow and white comes in so many cool colors. Ooh, Blue Racer. I don't know if we've tried that one. Just relax. Okay, but we're not going to take off from here. We're going to do some... The great thing about this plane is because it's unusual aerodynamic configuration, it is extremely maneuverable. So Toronto is our location, I believe, based on nothing in particular. So we're going to be heading south from this executive airport. This is the actual international. Heading south into Toronto. Cold aircraft, please. Thank you. The Quickie aircraft is a handful to fly, but the maneuverability is second to none. I'm telling you. Because of the bi-level... you see what I'm saying. The 2-level wings with no horizontal stabilizer. There's a vertical stabilizer, a vertical fin, but no horizontal stabilizer. Do you have a Twitter? It's called an X. I'm reading Mort's chat too. So how's everyone doing? I'm having a good start of the year. I don't know. I don't have any plans except to kind of do what I did last year, I guess. Last year, I already had more plans, but I think the only vague plan I have this year is to go to TwitchCon again, which is another October activity. So basically, not much till then, but that's exciting. I had a great time last year. There's no reason why I couldn't have just as good time next year doing the TwitchCon thing. So you could see me there, maybe. And today, Toronto. Anybody ever flown around Toronto and done all canyon carving? Oh, and I like this. It's a different colored this blue for the instrument panel. That's nice. All right, battery master on. Avionics master on. Avionics master. Magneto to both. We can turn our nav lights on. We got to remember our pump. Okay, throttle to a little bit. Mixture to 100%. Where's the fuel thing again? The fuel, isn't it down there? I don't know if there is a fuel cutoff. Is there something up here? No, there's no fuel cutoffs up here. All right, we're ready to start this puppy. Wait a minute, I think there was a fuel thing. Wait a minute. What did I miss? Fuel switch pump is on. Throttle there, that's good. Shows fuel in the thingy. Yeah, I missed something. What? It's funny. I've started this thing a million times. Really? Battery master on. It's got fuel. This thing here, parking brake on. But no, it doesn't want to start. That time it wanted to start? The hell? Maybe it just takes a while. Have you ever noticed that it takes a long time to turn over? Maybe it's just a cold day. Okay. By the way, that seems really loud, so let me check this again here. It is really loud. We don't need it that loud. Not realistically loud. This way you can hear me talk. All right, we've got to turn on our transponder. We'll just forget that took a long time. Even though I'm very familiar with this plane. Transmission mode, selected altitude. We know that's for the autopilot. Excellent. Which you're not going to. You really don't really need in a plane this maneuverable for this short. We're heading off to the south to examine and do a little canyon carving in Toronto.
Charlie Yankee Zulu Delta traffic KNSH 9.
Oh, as usual, we want to do a walk around of this plane. Dragonfly because it has a tail that does not have a horizontal stabilizer. It just also has this kind of unusual way of putting the landing gear at the far end of the wingspan. It's got two lifting surfaces. I don't know if they really made a plan like this, is the thing. Okay. Whoa. Which way do you want to go? This way, I guess. Committed. There you go, sir. Get out of the way. Okay, that way, right? Alright, so we're in here. That's what it looks like from the cockpit. You're pretty low to the ground in these little it says experimental. By the way, experimental means you don't have to have a full-on pilot's license, actually. It doesn't mean you can't get insurance if you die, you know what I mean? But it's if there's a low bar to fly an experimental aircraft if you really want to pilot them. I wouldn't recommend it. Right, so two wings. So instead of in that normally you have a horizontal stabilizer in the rear, and that has a fin that goes up and down as you pull the stick forward and back. And this doesn't have that at all, but it has two sets of independently going up down aerodynamic trailing surfaces on two lifting wings that are also not quite the same direction. They're not, they're not quite aimed in the same way. And one has a strong dihedral and the other is straight. It's technically a monster to imagine if it could really fly or not. And I'm not sure it could, but in the simulation it can. But you'll see it. I mean, you can see it. The challenge is keeping the nose down because it really wants to go up. Where does this want us to go? Wherever. We can take off from here. We're fine. We're going to take it. We're going to say, hey, let's we wanted to go north. Plenty of road there. Okay, we're going to announce takeoff to the north. Oh, no, we want to go south. Why did I say that? South.
Charlie Yankee Zulu Delta
So,
traffic
flaps.
KNSH 9er taking off runway tree departure to the south.
Okay, we're just basically going to line ourselves up on the runway and give ourselves most power, but not full power. There's another one of those planes that you don't really need full powered. Most little planes you do. It's going to go up to about there. You can see it smartly wants to come off the runway. And I'm not even adjusting the time or weather. This is the actual, according to the live game. Okay, you want to keep your nose down. I'm pushing forward. Bring the throttle down even further, and I'm gonna put some trim up. See, the nose wants to come up, and when it does, it doesn't have exactly the same kind of up-down control. It's a less up-down control. Now this control is crazy. because of the center of gravity being very close to the center of the plane. But up down control is very slow in both directions. So you kind of have to plan ahead and watch what you're doing and make sure you're not letting the plane get out of vertical from what you want, which is basically flat. So in other words, I want vertical speed to be about that. I'm looking at my horizontal speed or airspeed. We don't necessarily want anything faster. So we're bringing the engine way down, basically like half. And we're still going fast. Toronto is a big ass city, man. Toronto is the New York of Canada. Anybody ever been there? I think I've been to Massapequa or whatever near the airport, but not to the actual city. So I kind of saw it from the distance, but did not go there because I don't necessarily love giant cities. If I don't have to go into them for any particular reason, although it's a cool city, it's super expensive to live there, like New York. It's got like, what's this tall building called? Let's see, the One. Okay, that's a good way to name a tall building. And then it's got that CN Tower. That's way down there. We'll check that one out. Now, as I said, the great thing about this plane is the high maneuverability makes it ideal for this canyon carving that we're going to attempt here. That's a terrific building model, like they always do with the major well-known skyscrapers. Oh, let's see if I get a lot of framiness. It could be the end of this attempted canyon carving. But look at all these buildings. Look at the massive humanity. The huge manatees. Once you get in there, it's not too hard to stay stable. Kind of looks like a little post-apocalyptic from here. Don't try this at home. I don't know if we'll make it out of here alive. Huh? To the water. Yeah, especially with its framiness. We might, in fact, crash the entire program here. Okay, look, folks. People are like, you should turn down your graphic settings. Oh, yeah, like, go to hell. Look at that. We went all the way down the city, one end to the other, at less than 150 feet. All right, don't do that. Inner Harbor. Well, anyway, let's see what else we're gonna do here. We'll check out the CN Tower here. And right here, again, the other thing I like to do is always to check out the major sporting arenas that you might find, the major league players playing. This is the Rogers Center. So check out this whole little area here. We're going to pause it. I'm going to active pause. That's, honestly, that is a train museum. I'm going to say that's a train museum because there's little train cars, and there is a train turntable in the center of it, and that's an old train house. I suspect it's a preserved train house, and they usually are used for museums. Obviously, they don't connect the train tracks anymore. But that's pretty cool. That's definitely what it is. There's no other possibility. You can see the trains at different angles there. This is the Rogers Center. Everywhere in Canada that has a stadium is by law to be called the Rogers Center. I don't know why. Maybe there's somebody Canadian here who can tell me that. Do you use a keyboard? I did not used to be a pilot, but I have done. Thank you, by the way. I'm sorry I'm not looking over at the YouTube. Thanks, Harp. It's kind of a combined keyboard and mainly a controller, mainly a regular old Xbox controller. Regular old Xbox, I mean, they're like $70. It's a good controller. This is a rechargeable one, and I got some rechargeable batteries for it. But you need the keys. I have the keyboard right here, and you do use it for, doing pause and things like that. Or like on certain planes, you do not have enough access to these. Yeah, this is just a million of these unique bespoke models at very close range. This is the worst case scenario for Microsoft Flight Simulator. If you were flying over this at 28,000 feet, you'd be getting 180 frames per second. Okay, this is literally the test case for the worst possible frame rate you can get in Microsoft Flight Simulator. So anybody who's like, wow, that is some framey shit, I'll buy another computer someday. But if you had an average PC and you tried to run Flight Simulator like this, this is what it's going to look like for you. if you try this kind of crap. Oh, by the way, I was gonna look. Oh, thanks for the follow, by the way. We're going to look up at the CN Tower. Okay, we're at 500 feet. And that bad boy goes on up another, I think, 1,100 feet. It's over 1,600 feet tall. You can go up there. We're going to do what I like to do around these towers. And again, which is see if we can get up there a little bit. We'll see if we can get altitude. You know, we did this around the Burj Khalifa the other day. This thing does push some serious G's when you want it to. Where's our tower, though? It's there. So we're getting up there. Whoa. Too much. Too much. Why is our airspeed fucked up? Excuse me, I forgot to put our pitot heater on. Where is it? Did I do that? Airspeed is not showing an accurate speed there. Where is the pitot heaters? The airspeed is frozen. I wonder if it doesn't. It's got to have one. Something's fucked up on my. See, the airspeed is 146. I ain't going anywhere near 146. If I don't have an accurate airspeed reader, it's going to be hard to fly the plane. But the reason why they've I've been to Canada. I don't know much about anything in particular, except for like major buildings or yeah, like all the stadiums are called the Rogers Place or whatever because of I don't know you know at the Rogers Center, Rogers Arena. You know it's always the Rogers something. Anyway, but see it's stuck at 146. Okay, and that's because my pitot tube is iced over and I did not turn my pitot tube heater on. Now, my goddamn question is, where is it, though? Because I don't necessarily haven't done that before. If I turn my heater on, it should start working again. Heading select, I don't see this battery master. It's usually in, like, this area. Or it's automatic. Honestly, I don't... Oh, here, anti-ice engine. Let's try that. But... I don't think that's gonna fix it. Yeah, see, it's frozen like that. Hey, thank you for the subscription with Prime. By the way, they just sent me a thing. I was supposed to remind my viewers, you can subscribe with Prime. Well, it's not going to end my day, but this is a mechanical failure, effectively, because I'm not getting an accurate airspeed. See, it says 146. And you know, I'm just gonna have to eyeball what my airspeed is, and that is a serious issue because you need to know it. Now, it's probably cold air, and you can see it's kind of humid up there, and it is probably iced over my my pitot tube, which is the thing, and this is modeled in this thing, which is the thing that does this parking brake. But I don't see a heater. The only thing I see is anti-ice engine. Usually it's a switch like where your other switches would be. Battery, avionics. It's not on here. There's no other panels. Wait a minute, there's panel lights. That's not going to help. This switch over here. Plexiglass tint. Park mode. Are these some of these buttons and I can't even tell? Because none of these say pitot heater. So what'll happen, hopefully, is when we get closer to the ground, it'll be warmer and it'll warm up again. Poggers, I know. But, you know, mechanical failures are something you might need to deal with. The only problem with is if there's no heater for the pitot tube that you can turn on to fix the problem, you see it's still 146. Then I'm not sure. Then it just means you can't fly this plane in cold weather. Now, this is an experimental aircraft. It is not necessarily designed for everything. It is not necessarily an all-weather aircraft, but I would expect it to be able to fly, you know, and not have that issue. And in the real world, I guarantee you, it would have all pitot tubes have a heater. It's not an optional thing because anytime you fly above 2,000 feet, you're likely to be up, you know, in any kind of weather or certain things. You're likely to go below freezing. And if there's moisture in the air, you'll freeze over that little tube that's measuring what your forward airspeed is. So it's very common. that you'll need the heater. There would never not be one. It should be automatic, but I put the anti-ice engine on. I don't know if that's going to help or not. Let's just see. We can still do some carving. I mean, I because I'm real familiar with this plane, this aircraft. I know how fast we're going, and kind of from the sound of it, from the sound of the engine. But it's kind of tricky to not know what my airspeed is. By the way, it's late afternoon in Toronto. We're also talking about, we were flying over Philadelphia yesterday. We had a fun flight, and there's other traffic, real-time traffic, by the way. We had a fun flight, and we were looking for the sporting arenas, and they're pretty far from the downtown Philadelphia. They're pretty far south. So I had to kind of go to a map and find it. But this one is right downtown on the waterfront, right? That's what I mean, where the main sporting and recreation area is. Got a lot of tall buildings in Toronto. Yeah, that's an interesting thing. So I've flown this plane for dozens of hours, I would say, and I've never kind of come across this freezing, this pitot tube freezing issue before. That's a first. But every time I fly this thing, and I fly it every day, I find out something new and quirky about one of these planes. But that's an engineering fault if there's really no, or I have overlooked a button somewhere, and I'm really trying to overlook where they would put a button here or something. Is it in here? Is it part of? It wouldn't be part of these, would it? Electronic systems. This is just an amazing building. It's called the One here. I guess this is the tallest building in Canada at this point in time. Pretty recently completed. I'm a fan of tall buildings. I am an e-girl aficionado. I'm also watching one of my favorite e-girls, Mistress Mord, on one of my other screens here. Yeah, I stream on Twitch, right? You were watching me on both there. I'm streaming on Twitch and YouTube, and the main reason why is, I mean, basically I started on Twitch, and I'm a Twitch affiliate and all that stuff, but a lot of my friends, you know, they're a little older, right? So they don't want to go to Twitch. They don't want to go to Twitch, but they are YouTube. Some of them are like they have YouTube, you know, they have the YouTube Pro, YouTube Prime, whatever you want to call it. So I would think they'd be more likely to visit me on YouTube. Also, there's no ads on YouTube, so there might be some other advantages if people are coming, they're seeing ads. That, you know, if they want to watch me on YouTube, it's not monetized, which I don't care about. So no ads on YouTube. Yeah, this is this long ass wacky street we flew down last time. Right here, I think. Yeah, it's right by the one. So this is kind of the main street. And it's here, right around here is where it gets real me. But I was mentioning, yeah, that's where it gets. Yeah, Mistress Moore. Well, I met her in person, okay. So yeah, but for the booba, basically. Well, I'm kind of a thigh man, so definitely, you know what I'm saying. But she's a really nice. There also happen to often be, you know, really nice people. I mean, not always. Some of them are kind of scary. But she's actually really super sweet, and so are some of them. You know, the ones that I met her. Don't try this at home, folks, please. You'd be arrested. Yeah, that was the exact same route we went before, which is cool. By the way, our altimeter started reading, but it's, as I mentioned, at low level because it's a warmer temperature, I think, but it's way high. It's not right. We're not going 160. But at least it's changing, which kind of means the ice in the pitot heater melted. Okay, do you guys understand how complicated this simulation is? And that's the appealing part of it. You know, you're flying around, you're having a good time, but there's also a lot going on under the hood, you know, where you kind of need to know what you're doing. All right, we're going to land over here on this runway here in the city center. We took off from up the north. And there's another main airport. This one is typically not necessarily used for major flights, like most city center flights. But we're gonna land, and we're gonna land on this runway here. This little runway here. That's more than enough. That's more than enough. We need practically no runway here. But how we do it is we pass up. We're gonna pass it up. We're gonna go out to ocean. We're gonna run into the sun. We're gonna get some distance and some altitude. But yeah, now it says 104. My feeling is that the altitude is going to, yeah, the pitot P-I-T-O-T tube does can and does freeze, and usually there's a switch that you have to turn on that is a manual heater that heats it. And in warm temperatures or at low altitudes, you don't need it. And then as soon as you go up, you'll say, oh, or you can actually usually see my airspeed through, and you turn it on. So I cannot find the heater, the switch. So. But it has to be one. There's no such thing as a pitot tube that has no heater, unless this plane is specifically designed for not operating in freezing conditions. But that would be ridiculous, in my personal opinion. All right, then we're gonna make this turn, a sharp turn. We're setting 1/3 flaps just before. 1/3 flaps is what this looks like. You see a lot of ocean. And then the runway comes up pretty quickly right there. This plane does not have retractable landing gear, so that's one nice thing you don't have to worry about. Yeah, and it's still not reading right. We're going to land it, and I don't know how fast we're going. But because of my experience in this plane, I think we'll be okay. But typically, if you don't have your airspeed indicator in your landing, and you can see, by the way, that lower left, the thing in the lower left, there's also this thing here. Also, is reading the exact same thing. In other words, not my correct landing speed. Because if you go too slow, you'll stall. Was this guy taken off from this runway? We don't care. We don't care. Or he's just sitting there. No, he's going. He's leaving the runway. All right, we're gonna go land behind him. There it goes. It just melted. Okay. That's the actual airspeed. So it kind of was reading wrong. This thing is very maneuverable. It's really not hard to land it. And now it's right. Now see how it's slowing down there? Whoops. And now it went back to 0. So it melted right before the ice in the tube melted right before that. Now I want to go here, and I want to, while we're sitting on the ground, and I'm not like worrying about flying and crashing into the ground as much as I was. I want to go through my cockpit again. You like pitot tube better? You would. Am I subscribed to Mistress Mord? I am a mod on Mistress Mord. I'm a founding, whatever. I'm a sponsor of Mistress Mord. And I met her on 2 different occasions at TwitchCon and hung out with her quite a bit. So we're pretty close. Okay, here it is. All right, I'm looking over all the controls, including ones that I may have overlooked. Is that open? Okay, let's open the door so we can relax. Mixture. That we didn't need that over there, by the way. What's our? Turn that off. Landing lights wouldn't have had anything to do with anything. Strobe lights, nav lights. These are circuit breakers. This is park mode. I'll show you that in a second. You can turn that on, and it opens up. That's what park mode is. Okay, so that's not the heater. Let's turn that off. It's cute, but these aren't switches. These are lights. This would be just navigation's related. There's nothing in here relating to like any kind of airplane. Something that would be, it would typically be here. Like some will switch around here. And these don't seem to be switches, or something that was on the yoke. Avionics master, and that's just the magneto and the master battery. Okay. Altimeter calibration. Nothing over here. Heading. Parking brake. Over here, you got anti-ice engine. So you think maybe that's where it'd be. This is the fuel switch pump. I don't see anything anywhere that says the pitot heater. I don't know what that light means. I don't know if I'm missing it or not. But as I say, it's not an optional part of a plane. Oh yeah, these are panel lights and cabin lighting. Okay. You know what I mean? I don't think those, and there's sometimes controls behind you, but this plane doesn't have that. No, it does not. But that's the canopy open, which is kind of cool. always a win. You can kind of see inside the canopy. Um, I didn't smash, but I was afraid because I didn't know until the very end what my airspeed was. And as I say, landing is a matter of putting yourself down on the ground at the correct speed in the correct place, pointing towards the runway. Not knowing your speed when you're coming down to a landing is very frightening, and it's really bad because it gives me the reason why is because it's cold out. It's in the 30s and just a few feet up. Oh, did I smash Miss Moore? No, I didn't run to the plane. Did I smash? Oh, I should say I did, of course, but no. Yeah, it would be crazy. But yeah, she was there with Meg. Do you know who Meg is? And we were there. We had a pool. They were in there. They streamed from the pool within their little bikinis. So there was a lot of viewage. It was a good times, and we had a great time together. We went on Vegas. I took them out one night on a Monday night. Went to Vegas. We went to the Sphere. You know where that is. Me and Meg and Mord, and had a great time. And went up in that huge Ferris wheel thing. I would, yeah, she's smashable though. She is the thing, and so yeah. Let's just say, well, I hope we'll have more good times together in the future. Who's Megan? Who's Meg? Fairy Meg is a streamer who used to last year stream a lot, also with Mord, but doesn't doesn't stream that much anymore. Oops, hold on a second here. I think you shout her out, right? She's a partner. I don't know if that will do anything. All right. Well, anyway, that is okay. So we learned something, which is this is a warm weather only airplane, right? There's nothing down here. Autopilot, heading selected, wouldn't be next to the autopilot. Vertical speed, altitude, selected altitude. It would be a switch that says pitot heater, Pitot, pitot heater. I'll go into another plane. And I'll show you where the pitot heater is. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. We're having a good time today. Now, every day, the first half of my let's turn this plane off here. It's done by the same way you turn it on. Turn off the magnetos. Every day we start with our Microsoft Flight Simulator. There's the skyline of Toronto in the distance. That tower, Rogers Center. Nice day. It's kind of hazy today, but that's because it's cold and slightly foggy, and that's why our pitot heater. Now, where the heater is I'm trying to see where there's okay. It's actually that tube at the bottom, I think, that little tube there, or it's usually facing forward, so I'm not really sure if that's accurate. It's usually a little tube that faces forward, and it's also could be that one of those ducts, but I don't really see where it would be. Could also sometimes it's on the bottom of a wing surface. It's usually on the bottom, or it could be anywhere, closer to the front of the plane. So that's the other thing. Maybe it doesn't have a pitot heater. Maybe it has a weird way of determining its airspeed. I'm doing really well. Thank you for asking, Jessica. Appreciate it. Hi there, Nat Neil on YouTube. I'm also trying to monitor my YouTube and my Twitch things. By the way, as I'm mentioning, people on YouTube are more like there's people who might not want to watch me on Twitch who might watch me on YouTube, and vice versa. So I'm, as an experiment, for at least the first month or so, I just started in the beginning of January. I'm co-streaming on YouTube. So if you are watching me on YouTube, do hit that like button. And if you are watching me on Twitch, remember you have that Amazon Prime subscription. But now's the time when I take about 5 minutes and I switch over to the music half, kind of the improvisational music. And every day I switch between guitar and piano. And yesterday I played the piano, if I remember correctly, but I usually don't. So today I'm going to be twiddling away on the guitar, trying to keep my skills going there by playing the actual guitar. And I hope you'll join me for that. Maybe even I'll sing a few songs. Who knows? If I'm in the mood. By the way, cheers! My Diet Coke, just Diet Coke of the day. First Diet Coke, I think. Really, maybe it's the second. And we'll reconvene in about 5 minutes. Nothing I can do about it. Have I been muted this whole time? Sorry about that. I never unmuted myself. I was sitting there, nobody's like, hey. All right, well, now you can go, hey, you're unmuted. I don't know if anybody's here, and that's fine. But then there's always the VODs. People are on the VODs going, he's muted. When's somebody going to type in chat that he's muted? Hey, look, guys, it happens to the best streamer, okay? So here, have some Diet Coke. Just relax. The rest of the show will be audiofied. There's plenty more to go. You can cut that out. Actually, you can't cut that out. Donnie, just in time. Thank you for coming by. I'm doing great, having a good 2024. You know, all the streams are not going perfectly well, technically speaking. But we're getting some new chatters coming in saying hi, and I'm co-streaming on since the start of the year of co-streaming on YouTube. Multi-streaming on YouTube and Twitch at the same time, because I know some people who just will not sign up on Twitch no matter what. They just think it's for perverts or video gamers, and they're neither of those, right? You know, these upstanding citizens, but YouTube is not a problem. So I'm trying to encourage them to come to YouTube, at least say hi. And that's hard enough. Nobody comes to YouTube live. That's not why you go to YouTube. And then with Twitch, you go for the live shows, you know? How are you doing? More importantly, this guitar has a lot of soul to the tone. Well, I've been uploading my VODs to YouTube, and I get views on them, and I have subscribers to them. So the people who are watching my Twitch shows later. Oh man, hey, there you go. Oof, that is cold. That sounds very cold. Fuck, it's cool here, but it's sunny, so it doesn't feel so cold. I mean, it's in the 40s or like 50 degrees, whatever that is for you over there, the teens. It's not that bad, but it's cold out. You know, it's not. And then my friend Mistress Moore's in South Africa. She's sweating. It's 85 degrees Fahrenheit down there. But the thing about YouTube is that, there's plenty of people on YouTube and they subscribe, but they don't think, they get even about if there's a live YouTube broadcast to go to the YouTube live. That's kind of I don't know why. So anyway, but hey, there's some people. Hey, hello, it's like here, Mr. Igor Lima. Thank you. Welcome from Brazil. Welcome to the show. If there's a show, for anybody tuning in on YouTube, hit that like button. You can subscribe to me for free on YouTube. I don't think they do in the same way that Twitch does. In Twitch, if you subscribe or follow somebody, you'll get notifications. If you follow somebody, you'll get for free. You get notifications when they go live. If you're on the Twitch site, right, or if you have them to send you emails, nobody does that. Same on YouTube, but I believe YouTube you have to configure it that way. I think I'm not sure people would normally configure a subscription to automatically give them, because I'm subscribed to a bunch of people on YouTube, and I'll be sitting at YouTube and they won't tell me that they went live. Unless they're in the frame, it'll say, oh, this person's going live in so or something if it's scheduled, and I don't schedule my stuff anyway. It's a long story short. I think I have some work to do there. But as I said, I've got a month to figure it out, and plenty of time to figure it out. And it's pretty easy just to hit the button and co-stream on YouTube. Now that I've got it set up, I can just kind of go, hit a couple buttons, and it will stream on YouTube. But it doesn't matter of kind of looking at my chat over there. Well, I hope they would. But use that, as a way of getting an intake to Twitch. As I say, yeah, I'd like it if people moved over to the Twitch community as creators on Twitch, which I'm a Twitch affiliate, is literally our job to bring new people to Twitch since they don't advertise or do any attempts to do that themselves for good reason. There's no point in getting people to, come to twitch.tv. You'll have a great time there. Have them come to the front page knowing nothing about them and attempt to show them content that they'll like. It's very unlikely of them, you know what I mean? It's much better to get people to come to Twitch because they are interested in a specific creator and they want to watch them live. So this is a way, my YouTube live is a way of trying to get people to do that, because they'll say, oh, okay, people on YouTube, hey there, how you guys doing? Everyone on YouTube, is great to be there. The other thing is the advantage of YouTube is no ads, as opposed to on Twitch, which is very occasional, I believe, kind of very occasionally there are ads on my stream. Not a lot, but very occasionally they'll see an ad, and there won't be any on the YouTube stream. I mean, it's the exact same content, so, same bit rate and everything. But Twitch is a better community for community building, no doubt. All right, I'm gonna try to sing the song here. Well, Diet Coke Courage. What do I care? I'm just doing what I would do every day, I didn't figure it out. Took a long time. And it's turned about. Maybe 'cause I'm trying. There's been times I'm so confused. All of my roads will lead to you. I just can't turn and walk away. It's hard to say what it is I see in you. Wonder if I'll always be with you. Words can't say and I can't do. Love to prove it's over you. I thought I'd seen it all. Been a long, long time. I was there with tripping for, wondering if I'm blind. There's been times I'm so confused. All of my roads will they lead to you. I just can't turn and walk away. It's hard to say what it is I see in you. Wondering if I'll always be with you. Words can't say, I can't do. Love to prove it's all for you. Rain keeps falling down, pouring from blue skies. Words without a sound, coming from your eyes. Finally I figured out, but it took a long, long time. And I was a turnabout, maybe 'cause I'm trying. It's been time so confused. All of my roads will lead to you. I just can't turn and walk away. It's hard to say what it is I see in you. And if I'll always be with you. Words can't say, I can't do. Left to prove it's all for you. I do like that song though. Sister Hazel, all for you, 1996. according to this. That's a little sharp. Hold on one second. I want to do this other another song here. Which one here? All right, I'm gonna try sing it. Another rough one. It's not a hard song to play. Now, it's originally up here. But I train, just playing without a capo, so it's in my range. Still not in my range. Did my best to notice when the call came down the line. Up to the platform of surrender. I was brought, but I was kind. Sometimes I get nervous when I see an open door. Close your eyes, clear your heart, and cut the cord. Are we human? Or are we dancer? The sign is vital. My hands are cold, and I'm on my knees looking for the answer. Are we human? Are we dancer? Remember turns to grace and virtue. Then my two golden says to good. Give my regards to soul and romance. They always do the best they could. So to devotion, you taught me everything I know. Wave goodbye, wish me well. You gotta let me go. Are we human? Or are we dancer? My sign's vital. My hands are cold. And I'm on my knees looking for the answer. Are we human? Are we dancer? Will this still be alright when you dream of home tonight? Is the message we're receiving? Let me know if your heart's still beating. Are we human? Or are we dancer? My sun's vital. My hands are cold. And I'm on my knees looking for the answer. Are we human? Or are we dancer? Are we human? Okay, last song though. Really though, I really enjoy doing this karaoke version of "Wish You Were Here." I don't know if Donnie's still here. It's our favorite thing to do. Honestly, I don't know, my favorite. We like it because now you got to remember this song starts really quiet here. Got to take a little more Diet Coke for courage here. Thank you, by the way, thanks for coming by, Echo, as always. We appreciate your being here and just brighten up the place. Thank you for chatting and saying hi. It's just nice to know that people are hey, we're here. But you don't have to. If you don't have to chat, if you're just enjoying your time, want to come here, want to vibe out, don't want to say anything, that's also fantastic. Thank you, appreciate it. And as I say, if you're on YouTube, smash that like button. And if you're on Twitch here, go ahead and use that Amazon Prime subscription. Somebody already did that today, so it's not like it happened twice in one stream. Let me put it that way. Okay, I gotta switch over here. So, which you were here. Okay, that's the right thing, but I gotta switch the audio output to my mixer here. There we go. And then we can turn that on in such a way. Okay, so you should be able to hear it too, I think. Let's get back to the beginning here. Like it starts really quiet, gets really loud. So you think you can tell heaven from hell, blue skies and killing feel. I'm a cold steel air. Smile from a veil. You think you can tell? If it's a train, your heroes of gold, hard ashes of trees, hot air for a cool breeze, will cover the change. Digits change, walk apart in the world, lead role in a cage. A little too loud for you guys. How I wish you were here, dear. We're just two souls swimming in a fishbowl year after year, running on the same old ground. How we found same old fears. Wish you were here. Outro. Was on like for a while.
Was diagnosed with
YouTube.
stage 4 neuroblast.
YouTube stuff on. There you go. Sorry about that. YouTube commercials. Yay! They don't want to show. No one knows what it's like. Be the bad man. To be the bad man. Behind blue eyes. No one knows what it's like to be hated, to be faded, to telling only lies. But my dreams, that heart is empty, as my conscience seems to be. I have hours, but lonely. Love is vengeance, it's never free. knows what it's like to feel these feelings like I do. And I blame you. No one bites back as hard. Their anger. None of my pain and woe can show through. But my dream heart's empty as my conscience seems to be. I have hours, oh, no, my love is vengeance, it's never free. If I fist clench it, crack it open, before I use it, lose my cool. If I smile, please tell me a bad thing, for I laugh and act like a fool. If I swallow anything evil, put your fingers down my throat. If I shiver, please give me a blanket. Keep me warm, let me wear your coat. Nobody knows what it's like, or no one knows it. They're created to be a bad guy, sorry, behind blue eyes. Lyrics, they're hard, you know. Must be your skin, I'm sinking in. Must be for real, now I can feel. I didn't mind, it's not my time, it's not my kind to wonder why everything goes white and everything's gray. Now you're here and now you're away. I don't want this, remember that I'll never forget you where you're at. Don't let the days through my glycerine, glycerine. Never alone, alone all the time. Are you at one or do you lie? We live in a wheel when everyone steals. But when we rise, it's like strawberry fields. You treated me bad, you bruised my face, and in more love, you got a beautiful taste. Don't let the days roll by. Or could I been need you out you? Couldn't change the way I wanted to. What should I been needing you by three? Our old friends fearing you and me. Glycerine, glycerine. Needed you more, wanted us less. Well, could not kiss, just regress. It might just be you're simple and plain. Well, that's just fine, that's just one of my names. Don't let the days roll by. Well, should I been needing you on you, glycerine, glycerine, glycerine. Hey, everybody. Wow, what a fun time. We're going to get back to work. Another good hour and 20-minute stream. You know what's going to happen tomorrow? Same thing. And it's in a similar manner, and that will be completely different and improvised. But not the guitar, because I enjoyed playing the guitar today, and I will enjoy playing the piano tomorrow, or some kind of musical instrument. Piano day is either piano, or on some occasions, it'll be a recording studio. And we do need to exercise the recording studio again quite soon. So we want to do that again. But always the first half is Microsoft Flight Simulator missions. So you can always expect that. And people are always like, oh, you know something about planes. Well, I do fly every flight simulator, and I do have hundreds of planes in the simulation. And, I got too much time spent in it. So I might as well share it. It's something I enjoy doing as a relaxed time. Might as well share it with the world. Some people enjoy the vibe of canyon cutting these little canyons and me kind of yelling at the simulation, going, "Why isn't there a fucking pitot tube heater on this plane somewhere? I've never needed it before, and now I realize that I need why I need it because in fact is simulated." We'll talk. Go watch the VOD. It was not a perfect day, and then I was muted for a long period of time. For about 2/3 of my music stream, I was muted. Not 2/3, but 1/5, I would say. So that's always good, to get the technicals right sometimes, but rarely all the technicals working. Considering how little, I have to do to actually get it to work, it's kind of, I guess it's a miracle that nothing works at all. So again, tomorrow, roughly, it'll be a Friday stream, roughly the same time, the same channel, same bat time, same bat channel, and we'll see some of you there, and you'll see me there. I'm really looking forward to it already, kind of, and have a great rest of your Thursdays. So, bye, hasta la pasta.